Let me just say welcome and thank you for being here. And please, their parade depends on the wonderful presentation. We are not worried about that. We just have the best students in the world. So you're going to learn a lot from that. Thank you very much for being here. When you're through, you can close back so that you're not distracted. I'm going to close for you now because I think you're a good group.
And today we're doing a little, it's kind of like an icebreaker, kind of get to know each other and dig into who you are culturally. And our presentation is called Who Am I? Identifying My Multicultural Self. It's on the top of your little graphic organizer that we made. So to start off, we're just going to show you ours. And it's also a way to like introduce ourselves and like who we are. So in the middle, okay. So in the middle, you're just going to want to write your name, and then 5 characteristics that define who you are as a person culturally. Try to think about things like your religion, your ethnicity, and your culture. And you have about like 3 minutes to do that, so you guys can go ahead and get started. And who needs a pen? Will you raise your hand if you need a pen? Okay. Sorry, we like don't have one. Oh, for those of you who just walked in, I'm Maddie and this is Mariah. And right now we're just filling out the little graphic organizer, and in the middle you're just going to put your name, and then around it you're going to put 5 characteristics that identify you culturally. And you can just think of things like your religion, ethnicity, your background, where you come from, and stuff like that. And we'll just give a couple more minutes. Okay, so is everyone about done now? Okay, so now we're just gonna kind of do a little icebreaker, and if you guys would pair up, and preferably with someone who you don't really know that well, and just talk about what you wrote down, and if you can think of one story to share about one of the characteristics that you wrote down that really defined who you are and shaped you as a person. If you can think of a story. If not, you can just talk about the words that you wrote down. So, go ahead. We'll do like 7 minutes. they found out about their partner, about their culture, and something interesting. Does anyone want to share? Please.
Gabby's been a vegetarian since she was in 7th grade.
Cool. Anyone else?
Taylor lived in Africa for a little bit with her parents being missionaries, so that's like kind of shaped who she is.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anyone else want to share? Yes,
Roderick's been a deacon for a long time. How long?
16 years.
16 years.
Okay, so now we're just going to talk a little bit about why we did this activity and the importance of it.
Okay, so the activity was not just who are you or getting to know your neighbor, but it was supposed to get you to think about all the biases or what helped you shape you and get to know different cultures. The importance of that is as we go into the classroom, we're going to encounter kids from all different types of backgrounds and cultures, and we have to embrace that. We can't just say, oh, we don't like African kids and don't teach towards them or have hidden biases towards them, because believe it or not, kids pick up on that type of thing. In our classrooms, we talked about the teacher's self-fulfilling prophecy, and how we think of a student is how they will respond to us or how they will act in the classroom. So if we don't like Susie because she's from a different country than us, then she may not perform to our standards because we've already put it in our minds that we don't like her, we have a bias or something towards her. So the purpose was just for you to get to know each other's culture, to get to know backgrounds, how different things shape another person, and how you can take those experiences and bring them into your classroom to better help your students.
And also just to really think about who you are culturally. I think that's really important to know who you are and what defines you, especially as a teacher. In your classroom, it's important to know your students and know where they come from, because a lot of times if they have a different sort of education, a view on education, an American classroom might be totally different to them. And it's just important to know your students, know where they come from, to care about them, show that you care about their culture. And I can just like share a little story. I was working with a little kid his name is May, and he's a refugee he was born in Burma, and then he moved to Thailand, and he came here about 3 years ago, and I was working with him this past semester. And he's never really had like a one-on-one experience like he did with me, and just the amount of stuff that he learned just from working one-on-one with someone and someone showing that he cared, because he was so, he would always be down on himself, and he'd always be like, I can't do this, I can't read. And when just someone encouraging him, and also I asked him about like where he was from and his family and stuff. And when I first met him, and you could tell that he loved talking about it. And he like almost started to cry because he was thinking about his family in Burma. And it was just really sweet, and you could tell that we had like the personal connection, and he knew that I cared about him. So he was able to open up, and he like learned a lot from it. So that's just like one experience that I learned from knowing a student's culture and where they're from.
Okay, so just to piggyback off of what Maggie said, Karen, when we think of a teacher, we only typically think of the academic aspect and, okay, how do I prepare a lesson? How do I do this? How do I do that? But teaching also entails caring about that student, getting to know them on a personal one-on-one level. The student that I had this past semester, he always came to school, and when they sat on the rug, he would just fall asleep. And myself and the other intern are like, gosh, why is he falling asleep? Like, what time does he go to sleep? And the directing teacher at the time said that his parents work 2 different jobs. He doesn't really have a bedtime. He doesn't have anyone at home to stay on him as far as academics. So we gave him a set nap time in school for him to sleep. And once we did that, he was better prepared for school. He performed better academically. So just getting to know him and talking to him about his home life helped us help him academically. So your key thing is just to get to know your students on an academic level as well as a personal level.
And that's about it. Does anyone have anything they want to like share, any experiences or anything?
Any questions?
Any questions? No? All right, well that's it. Thank you guys for coming again.
Yes, right there.
Wait, do we? What? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Right now, right next door, you wanna go ask?
Yeah.